If you really look at the situation, right? Other people who have trolls on their ass all the time, usually the reason this happened is because of, like, repeated, rampant, bad behavior. Like, you can look at other people, I'm not going to name names, you know who we're talking about, okay? But they've done ridiculous things. Blatantly lied to and cheated their audiences with documented evidence, sometimes even admitting it. Doing ridiculous, over-the-top racist things. Raging and insulting against viewers regularly or players on the internet regularly. You know what I mean? Like, you see, here's a montage of insanely bad behavior by these guys. Me, the reason that people hate me, or started hating me, is because my gameplay was unedited and I would not take it seriously, and instead I would just make stupid, over-the-top, dumb jokes. And I pissed off the wrong people when it came to certain game dev. There's other streamers who people regularly tell me, oh, I can reference this thing the streamer did that's absolutely ludicrous, over the top. That's why everyone hates that streamer. Okay, but what about me? Oh, well, it's just the usual things. You're a scammer, you're this or that. I'm like, yeah, but where's the evidence? There's no evidence because none of it's fucking true. The things that people hate me for are untrue. It would be one thing if you say, okay, I hate Phil because back in the day, he used to do over-the-top sexual references that were sexist, and I feel that that's very immature. Fine, I haven't done that in 3 or 4 years, so what's your rationale now? Right? Oh, well, he's a scammer. Well, there's everything that everyone said that I was a scammer was based on the premise that somehow I was lying about money, and I actually had a ton of money, and I was just greedy, and I needed more. Well, now you've seen my financials. You see how bad and what dire straits I'm in, and that I'm actually in insane debt, and everything that I've said over the years has been true. So, what's your rationale now? See what I mean? But this is the thing. Whenever people say they don't like Darkside Phil, they bring up these generalized things, then you call them out and say, well, what's your evidence or what's your proof of what you're saying? Because it sounds like bullshit. And then they move the goalpost to the next thing, to the next thing. Because in reality, these people don't dislike me. In reality, these people like the idea of disliking me. They don't genuinely hate me. They actually want to be a part of this movement where everyone hates me together so that they can feel like a piece of something that's a big movement. It's the right thing, the cool thing, the funny thing to do to hate on Darkside Phil rather than actually having a legit reason to hate on Darkside Phil. You see? Or else how could you have someone like this kid who was a fan of mine, a genuine fan, years later with no contact with this kid, now he hates me? It's like, what? Does it even make any logical sense? Of course not. A logical mind doesn't act like that. A logical mind is very analytical. You want evidence. You want proof. You don't believe every conspiracy. You don't jump on every funny viral video to make fun of someone. Instead, you give someone the benefit of the doubt. You give them a chance. You actually watch the content for face value. Never Phil keeps doing things to piss people off. It's people just keep fabricating things to make people feel justified in hating Phil because the movement continues, because people continue to get popularity from it. That's all I could think of, though. Like, because again, I'll admit in the past I made many mistakes. All the things I said and did, the racist jokes and insults to game developers and stuff. That hasn't happened in so long. I've outright come out and apologized a million times saying, man, I really know that the stuff that I did back then was wrong. You know? So what else do you want from me? Is it just that you're just never going to forgive me or believe that I've changed? So basically it doesn't ever matter if I ever improve. I'm always fucked, right? How is that fair? How is that giving anyone a real chance? You know what I mean? So because I made mistakes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, that's it? I'm just a laughingstock of the internet forever because you just fucking won't grow up and give me a chance and actually check this stuff out and see that I have changed, that I haven't been lying to you about the horrible things that have been going on in my life behind the scenes because of those trolling and the fucked up things people have done to me over the years. Like, I've been truthful about all of that. But people just don't want to fucking believe it. And I can't make someone believe anything, especially now that facts are in front of their face and people are still saying that I'm a liar. It's like, there's nothing else I can do to prove anything to you. You know, everything is out there. Everything is exposed. And, you know, there's no way I'm going to change any of this shit. So, no, I don't ever feel that there's anything that like, oh my God, it's because Phil did this. This is why the trolls came after him or whatever. No. It's because people found that there's this viral popularity in being toxic, in being negative, in being drama-filled, and being basically ruining other people's lives at the expense of a laugh or your own popularity on YouTube. People figured this out. I was one of the very first test cases of it. And people don't want to take responsibility for the fact that those viral videos basically made me into a living joke rather than someone who was like the ultimate underdog of game creation content on YouTube. And now my life is fucked permanently because of it. You know, you have to acknowledge that people going in there and actively violating the law to impersonate people illegally and get false copyright strikes and destroying my income for 2 fucking years have to somehow contribute to the fact that I'm in the position that I'm in right now. Yes, I make terrible decisions, but it wasn't 100% me. You know what I mean? Oh my god, look, these guys are in the water. Illagers in the fucking water here. I gotta go around them. But that's the thing. Everyone wants to just, again, going along with the meme. It's all on Phil. Phil's the laughing stock. Phil's the joke. Phil made all the mistakes. Phil did everything. It's fucked up stuff. It's messed up because it's almost like cancel culture before cancel culture existed. You know what I mean? Like, I was the test case for cancel culture. Let's make Phil the laughing stock of YouTube. Almost overnight. It almost happened overnight. Because I was hyper popular. And then all the next thing you know, this is how you don't play hits. And now all of a sudden within 2 years, I'm a joke and everyone's making fun of me and everyone wants to laugh at me and say I'm a villain. And like I said, longtime fans like this kid who I had met at a convention years ago, all of a sudden becomes my biggest hater. It's like, I don't even understand it. You know, what can you do?